I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
That some were doubting you. Did you ever question, like, am I on the right path?
Oh, I never question that. Still don't. Never will. God leads me to do everything I do.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
You're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged.
Something weird is happening in Hollywood. Ever since Diddy got arrested, certain celebrities have been vanishing into thin air, completely disappearing from the public eye, as if they never existed. And if you ask Jaguar Wright, she'll tell you exactly why.
Jaguar Wright was out there yelling and screaming and yelling and screaming, "Monster, monster, monster, monster." And everybody kept saying, "She's lying, she's lying, she's lying." Meanwhile, the monster is, "Where's the baby oil in the butt plug? Let's go!"
Yep, the same people who were riding with Diddy for years are nowhere to be found. And according to Jaguar, Diddy might not be the only one running scared, because this isn't just about one person. This is about an entire system of enablers who thought they'd never have to face the consequences of what they were. A part of Jaguar doesn't just hint at things, she names names. And if you thought Diddy was the only one sweating right now, you're dead wrong. And now the walls are closing in.
He's terrified. He's terrified. He's losing confidence everywhere. But the only confidence he's worried about keeping secure are those white boys that he worked.
According to her, this is just the beginning. The dominoes are falling and more names are about to be exposed. So where did these celebrities disappear to? Are they hiding because they're guilty? Or are they just trying to escape the inevitable fallout? Let's break it all down. You might be wondering, how did Jaguar Wright manage to come out so slickly when these Diddy-type creatures were out here eliminating people left and right? I mean, we've seen what happens to those who speak out. So how is Jaguar still standing? Well, the answer is simple. She's been through hell just to keep speaking the truth, and trust me, she's paid the price.
The life of a true whistleblower, it is to choose to have a life with no real existence. You have to move like the wind.
Right.
You know, people, they say I'm homeless because they don't know where I live, but the truth is I live in 5 different states simultaneously.
Yeah.
See, I had to learn to play 3-card Monty with my life.
Yep.
Now, you might get all my addresses, but you're just going to have to figure out when I'm there.
Exactly.
But you have to think like that. Your life is constant contingency, contingency, contingency. And then the people that they pay to come into your life.
Mm-hmm.
Truth is there's nobody that comes in my life that doesn't go through a very, very, very rigorous vetting process. I gotta.
Right.
You got bad credit, we can't be friends. If you're in debt, we can't be friends. If popularity is what you're interested in, we can't be friends. Because see, these are all things that can be used to manipulate you. You got sick family members, I'ma pray for y'all from afar. Because you do anything to save their life, and the people that want me will pay any.
See, that's the thing they don't want you to know. This isn't just about industry beefs or social media rants. This is about powerful forces working overtime to silence the ones who refuse to play by the rules. And Jaguar, she's the last person who's ever going to back down. But let's make one thing clear. Jaguar doesn't just hint at things. She doesn't speak in riddles. Nah, she names names. And trust me, the list is long. We're talking Barack Obama, J-Lo, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Stevie G, Eve, even royals and politicians. She's not holding back at all. Stevie G, who was practically joined at the hip with Diddy, has been eerily silent. This is a man who loves attention, but lately he's barely been seen.
I'm gonna tell you who I believe is on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Yeah, he playing hide the hot dog.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I know Beyonce got a tape. I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak-off films. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians. And the royals that were on that tape. And I'm still trying to figure out when Harry and Meghan are going to be honest about their freak-off tape.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really wants to talk about the fact that the royal family had many times at Diddy party, especially that weirdo uncle. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it on.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
So for those who think Jag is just making up stories, let me ask you this. If Jaguar was just talking nonsense, why is it that every time she speaks out, someone in the industry starts moving real funny? Why are certain names always circling these industry scandals? Coincidence? Or is she really exposing a much darker reality? Because one thing's for sure, Jaguar knows too much, and if history has taught us anything, it's that people who know too much don't always get to tell the whole story. Now here's where things start getting real interesting, because Jaguar Wright wasn't just the first one to call out the tragic fates of all the Uptown OGs. Except for Diddy, she was also the first one to question why J-Lo always seems to slip away unscathed.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And I'll Be Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning.
Think about it, all these powerful men in the industry, gone their careers, ruined their lives' tragic endings, but J-Lo, she somehow survives every storm and keeps it moving like nothing happened, and according to Jaguar, that's not by accident.
Why is nobody acknowledging Jennifer Lopez and her grand witch status?
Oh, yes.
Don't look me in my eyes. Yeah, because you're a witch and you don't want them to see what's hiding behind there. Now they're talking about the killing of the pigeons in the park and Diddy got off and all of that. Everyone who knows Jennifer Lopez knows she's very heavy into Santeria.
And her first husband has gone on the record and said that she does rituals and
she's a witch.
Animal sacrifices covered in blood. We also know that she was allegedly the gun mule for the club shooting.
For the shooting of Natanya Rubin.
Exactly.
And she's the one who threw the gun out the window.
And then they got Diddy off the hook. And then Shine Barrow was thrown into jail. And there's also a woman, allegedly, that sat and watched an underage child be raped by Diddy and another celebrity. And that was the night of the VMAs years ago when Diddy was with J-Lo. I looked it up. They were actually at least one of the after parties together. That's when she wore the famous white outfit, the stupid bandana.
Yeah.
Now, is it your opinion that she is the woman that sat and watched Diddy and another celebrity with a child? If that story is
I would not be surprised.
Jaguar has always said that JLo is in one way more shady business than you could ever count, and that whole bend too. Zero Disaster, that was just a cover story to help her make a smooth disappearance. While the media was busy obsessing over her marriage crumbling in real time, she was already one step ahead, slipping away from the spotlight before things got too hot. And let's not forget the Diddy and JLo saga was never just about Love Jaguar, has been digging deep. And what she's uncovered unthinkable, this was never just about a Hollywood power couple, it was about something way darker lurking beneath the surface.
But do you know who I would rather see a woman preside over? Jennifer Lopez. When she's finally held accountable for the part she played in the harm that was put on Natanya Rubin's life.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. And the attorney that was representing the defense side of that suborned perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
Sometimes they'll open up a case to bring light on other cases. Do you feel the Shine, the club night with him and Jennifer Lopez will come back to light?
Oh, absolutely, it has.
I have insider information on Diddy and Kevin Hart's involvement. I know this because I was on a TV show with a girl who was actively dating Diddy at the time. There I am. A quick Google search will tell you who she is. This girl was paparazzi'd with Diddy back in 2022, 2023. Obviously, the cast was concerned about her because the Cassie lawsuit just dropped before filming. Now, the first week of filming just had to be Valentine's Day. Now, Diddy's girl got a very expensive bouquet of flowers delivered on Valentine's Day, but she refused to tell anybody who it was from. It's a reality show, so obviously drama went down. Diddy's girl decided to leave the house for a week. So my girl and I decided to break into her room to redecorate it for show purposes. Just playing along with the drama of the show, we were shocked by what we found.
Bro, there's no way. Bro. Oh my God, from Puff.
The flowers were from Diddy. Love, Puff. This sent my girlfriend into a spiral. As a woman, she was terrified that Diddy had our address. She let the girl know how she felt and put the card back where she found it. The girl told Diddy what happened, and then Diddy threatened production. So the Diddy girl started screaming at my girlfriend, saying that Diddy was going to sue her because of what she wrote on the note. Worried that we were all going to discuss this sick shit that he was doing on our TV show. The fact that he wanted to silence a girl that he doesn't even know for writing on a note is absolutely insane. Production then pulled every cast member aside and instructed us to no longer have any Diddy conversation for the duration of the show. Diddy threatened to bankrupt our TV show and my girlfriend. We thought it ended there, right? But then Diddy's girl got mentioned in a lawsuit that came out publicly. When this went down, Diddy's girl happened to be in a fight with another castmate. Now that castmate just happened to be dating J-Lo's ex-boyfriend Casper. Diddy's girl was scared that the other castmate was going to use this Diddy stuff against her during their fight. So she decided to make a call to guess who? Kevin Hart. Now at the time, none of us knew it was actually Kevin Hart until later on. So Kevin Hart called Casper and threatened him to make sure he gets his girl in check on the show. Now Casper's girlfriend told all of us that Diddy's girl was also sleeping with Kevin Hart, who happens to be married with children and best friends with Diddy. Kevin Hart clearly made the call to Casper to ensure that Diddy's girl stayed quiet about the affair that him and her were having because, once again, he's married. Kinda weird that Diddy and Kevin Hart are both sleeping with the same girl and threatening our TV show, isn't it? Now listen, I'm just an ordinary blue-collar worker from Jersey, okay? Who happens to be dating a famous OF model, which is how I got on the show in the first place. Now, I'm not a social media star, I'm not famous, I have no reason to lie about any of this shit, okay? Now, the only reason I'm telling you guys all this is because when I was in Hollywood filming this TV show, I went through some sick, twisted okay, so let me know if you guys want to hear about it all, because I'd be happy to make a part.
The way she did Luther Vandross when he passed away, the way she just, exploited him, laying in that bed, and then I mean the way she does the way she's doing to Reggie P. Henson. I think she should be tried in the court of public opinion for what she's doing to poor Fantasia. It's sad. If there's one thing we've learned from Jaguar Wright, it's that she doesn't speak unless she has receipts. So the question is, why are all these celebrities disappearing at the exact same time? Are they just laying low, or is there something far bigger happening behind the scenes? Because if history has taught us anything, it's this: when people know too much, they don't always get to tell the whole story. And Jaguar Wright, she knows everything now. I want to hear from you. Do you think these celebrities are really hiding something? Or is this just Hollywood being Hollywood? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because trust me, this story is far from over.